All right, so we've all gotten pretty used to AI that can, write an email for us or whip up a cool image. But what if AI could not just suggest a plan, but actually carry it out? That's what we're diving into today, Agentic AI. It's the next big leap, and it's set to completely change how we think about and use technology. We're moving from just giving commands to, well, to real collaboration. And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? We know AI is a great conversational partner, it's a fantastic content creator, but can it actually do things? Can it move beyond just talking and become a genuine problem solver out there in the real world? Okay, this right here is the absolute core difference. Generative AI, the stuff we're all playing with, it's all about creating content. You give it a prompt, it spits back a response. Simple enough. But agentic AI, it's totally different. It's designed to achieve goals. It doesn't just respond, it acts. So let's really nail down a clear definition here. We're about to see how this tech completely flips the script, shifting AI from a tool that we have to guide at every single step to a partner that can actually take the lead. So what does that actually mean for us? Well, the key words to grab onto here are autonomy and goal pursuit. This isn't about a single response to a single prompt anymore. This is about giving an AI a complex goal, something like, hey, plan my entire family vacation to Italy, keep it under this budget, and make sure it's kid-friendly. And then you just trust it to handle everything, from finding the flights to booking the hotels, all on its own. This chart really helps put things in perspective. Just look at that autonomy column. Traditional AI and what's called RPA, that's robotic process automation, for really simple scripted tasks, they're way down at low. They need us to spell out all the rules. Generative AI is kind of in the middle, but agentic AI, it's way, way up there at high. And that's where the human role just completely changes. We go from being a micromanager to just a goal setter. And that brings us to what might be the best way to think about this. Picture generative AI as your co-pilot. Super useful, right? It can check the weather, calculate the fuel, handle communications. But agentic AI, that's the pilot. You tell it the destination and it gets the keys to the plane. It has the authority to actually fly the thing. Okay, so how does this pilot actually work? I mean, it's not magic, right? It runs on a really clear continuous cycle that lets it interact with the world intelligently. So let's break that loop down. It all kicks off with perception. The agent sucks in a bunch of data to figure out what's going on right now. Then comes the planning stage, where it takes that big, messy goal and breaks it down into a neat little checklist of tasks. But the really crucial part is action. This is where it actually uses tools, like your email client, a web browser, a booking site, to get things done in the real world. And finally, and this is key, reflection. It looks back at what it did, learns from any mistakes, and gets smarter for the next go-around. It's this constant loop of doing, learning, and improving. So what's actually powering this whole cycle? Well, at the very heart of it, you've got the core engine. That's usually a large language model, an LLM, that acts as the brain, doing all the reasoning. But a brain's not much use without a body, right? That's where tool integration comes in. It's what connects the AI to real apps. And then you have frameworks, things like LangChain, which are kind of like the nervous system, coordinating everything. And finally, you have guardrails, the all-important safety rules that make sure the agent doesn't go rogue and only does what it's supposed to do.
Now, this is not just some sci-fi theory. This is happening right now. Major companies are already putting these autonomous agents to work. So let's take a look at how this is playing out in the real world.
And that quote really nails it. The transformation isn't coming, it's already here. And the key words are complex and adaptive. We're not just automating simple, repetitive stuff anymore. We're automating workflows that are messy and are constantly changing. Take finance, for example. PayPal is already using agents to handle the entire shopping process for you. Lloyd's Bank is using them to manage customer service for over 20 million accounts. And get this, Visa and MasterCard are literally building the infrastructure, the very rails that our future AI shopping assistants are going to run on. And it's just as big in other areas. In healthcare, it's automating critical admin work. For big enterprise companies like UiPath, it's untangling these incredibly complex supply chains in real time. And in cybersecurity, a company like CrowdStrike is using autonomous agents to literally hunt for threats. It's almost like a self-driving security guard for the internet. So when you add all of this up, the potential is just staggering. We're talking about the ability to potentially automate 80 to 90% of the complex, multi-step digital work that people do today.
And the goal here isn't to replace humans. It's to massively amplify what we're capable of by handing off all that tedious legwork.
Now, of course, with any tech this powerful, you have to look at both sides of the coin. The promise is absolutely enormous, but the challenges, they are just as real and they need some serious thought. So, on the promise side, the benefits are huge. First, you've got this incredible efficiency by automating entire processes from start to finish. But it goes way beyond that. It enables totally new ways of doing business. I mean, imagine hiring a digital coworker for your marketing team or an entire AI-powered research department. It's a fundamental shift in how work gets done. But there's always a flip side. If an agent can book a flight, well, it can also book the wrong flight. If it can access your data, it can be tricked into accessing the wrong data. And this opens up huge questions about security, about accountability, who's responsible when it messes up, and just its overall reliability. These are not small hurdles to overcome. But even with all those challenges, the momentum here is just undeniable. Right now, adoption is still in its early days, but the projections, they suggest that by 2026, that's just a couple of years away, Agentic AI is going to be the foundation for nearly a third of all automation in big companies. That growth curve is incredibly steep. And all of this leaves us with one final, really powerful question. For decades, we thought of technology as a tool. Something you pick up, you use, and you put down. Agentic AI suggests a very different future. A future where AI is working right alongside us, with its own agency, its own ability to act. A future where it's less of a tool and a lot more like a teammate. And what that future looks like, well, that's what we're all going to be figuring out together.